What up, Laxpack family members? As of the time of this recording, it is about 11 days before Legend ZA comes out. So with that being said, some of you might want to be shiny hunting in Scarlet or Violet for the new megas that have been coming out, or some pre-existing megas that came out, because we all know that you can catch them in Scarlet and Violet, port them into Pokemon Home, and then as of time of recording, I've heard that it would be released in February of 2026 when we can use Home to port into ZA. And as of right now, still hearing that in ZA, once you port a Pokemon from Home into ZA, you can't transfer it back out. We know that that can be fixed and patched later so that we can trade in and out of ZA, but as of right now, haven't heard anything saying that we could port out from ZA. So once you put it in ZA, as of right now, all we know is that it stays there. But you might want to be shiny hunting for some megas, right? Scarlet and Violet. So in this video, I'm going to cover how you can do 3. I only have Pokemon Scarlet, so if you have Violet, you can search for the other one. But as of right now, this is the best, easiest way to get these 3 Pokemon. But in this video, I can only show you 2. Same rules apply though for the third one, if you have Violet. But we're playing on Scarlet, so without further ado, check this out. I cannot believe this still works on the Switch 2, and honestly with the Switch 2, because of the spawn ratios, it's way better. Check it out. Okay, once you load up your game, you're going to want to go to your map, and there is an area right over here, East Province, Area 3 Watchtower. That's where we're going to want to go to do this. So once we fly there, we're going to see what's cracking here. Then we're going to want to head north, this giant mound here, and we're gonna go inside that cave right down there. It's down there. The printer is in the cave. Not really, but it's an exploit from Switch 1 that still works in Switch 2, and I'm gonna show you exactly why, how, and how to do it. So you're gonna want to make sure once you get to this part, you take the right path. So the right side, you may notice that there's Pokemon in this, and that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. So you're going to want to damage out all these Pokemon, knock them out and stuff, because they're going to get really annoying to deal with. And then always a good idea before you make your sandwich that you save your game. So we're going to save that right now just in case for some reason, even though I know it's not going to fail, if it fails, we can just restart our game and not waste any items. You know what I mean? So we'll get to about right here. You might want to play with this a little bit, and then you should be able to set the picnic. You want to make yourself a reasonable distance away from the guy in the back, because you won't be able to picnic. Then we're going to make our sandwich. So obviously your gen exclusives are different. If you're a Violet player, you can get Bagon, and if you're a Scarlet player, you can get Larvitar. We're going to go for Sableye right now. Sableye is a ghost type, so we're going to use ghost type thingies. So this is just the recipe that I do. Zabaga. Okay. Now we just got to assemble our sandwich. And then I can show you what I'm talking about with this, fams. What I'm talking about with this. Because the exploit is actually pretty funny. In my opinion. I'm hoping, because I'm just making this sandwich off of memory, that it's correct. And if you hear that noise in the background, it's because I'm watching a stream on my phone. It's Mr. Craftiest Crabs, kind of the reason I'm making this. The idea came to me when I was in his stream, and I was telling him about that this wall print exploit still works on the Switch 2, and he didn't know what I was talking about. So it dawned on me that there are people that are playing this on Switch 2 that might not even know about this wall exploit. So we're going to go through it, redo a video, let everyone know it still works in Switch 2, and honestly, it's better on the Switch 2. So let's see if this one worked for Ghost type. I think this is the ghost type one. I'm not entirely sure. I used red onions. It might have been regular onions. Please give me the ghosty. Please be the ghosty one. Oh, we're about to see. Yep. So we got ghost, encounter ghost, sparkling ghost, title ghost. Perfect. So now once we do this, we're going to see a bunch of Sableye pop up. And if you can't, you see how they're jumping out that wall right there? That's why it's called the print machine. If it doesn't do this, you might want to move yourself either a little bit more back or a little bit more forward. But yeah, Sableye shiny is really easy to notice. And because we're on the Switch 2, we can spawn more Pokemon in this than the Switch 1, which is why it is easier. So the wall stops printing. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to do a picnic reset. And then you just do that. And then you pick up your picnic and watch them pop out of the wall until you see a shiny. So yeah, anyone who's trying this out, good luck. The reason why we're going for Sableye, Bagon, and Larvitar is because Legend ZA has them as exclusives, or sorry, not exclusives. It has them as megas. So we want to get these, port them into Pokemon Home, and then put it on our ZA. If you're wondering about how you can see the ones in the back, you might want to use your camera. Some people have a zoom function with their camera. I, however, did not turn that option on. Yeah, Sableye should be a pretty easy one to see, so just give it some time. A few moments later. Yep. You like how they jump out that wall? Look at that. The wall's literally just printing them, which is why it's called the wall print. Right now we're going to fast forward through the video because shiny hunting can be a long and daunting process. Well, in this case not so long, but you know what I mean. These videos take a bit to make. So if you wouldn't mind, if you're finding this information helpful or you're just enjoying the video or you just want to support your boy, please hit that like button. And if I've timed this correctly, we should be finding a shiny right about now. Ha. And we got one. We got one. We got one. Bam. Okay. Okay. And we're gonna go ahead and catch him. We don't really have a gold ball. We only have one more level ball. Let's use it anyway. Hopefully we get a crit cap. Ooh, and a crit cap. So we're gonna have gold boy and gold ball. There we go. There we go. And let's always check for marks. And we have a mark on this one. That's pretty cool. Now the Switch 2 spawn rate is great in many aspects, but sometimes you get caught in what I call a battle juggle, where once you're done battling with someone, you immediately get into another battle and you have to keep running and running and running. But I'm going to show you in this cave how you can get away from stuff like that. And that easy way is to do something like this. Okay, because once you're in this room, when you picnic reset, they're not going to spawn. But they will if you just move right here and our wall printing starts again. Back to square one, easy. You can get a bunch. If the RNG's in your favor, you can get a bunch of these shiny Sableye and maybe trade them to your friends so that they can also port them into Legend ZA. Something to take notice with this method is that if, for instance, like what we're doing right here, we found a shiny all the way in the back, you might have to battle your way in go mode to get to that shiny, or at least clear a path until you can get there. So just keep a calm mind, be patient, knock them out, and get to your shiny. Yeah, but yeah, enjoy the rest of the video. is I find myself more fond of the games than I do the TCG. The TCG is not doing too hot right now in terms of availability. I'm sure investors would say that it's doing just fine. But if you're someone who enjoys opening the packs, you're probably looking at this like, man, it's not a good time. Now we're going to build a sandwich for the Larvitar spawn so we can wall print the Larvitar. So I'm going to fast forward through this because you don't really need to see the sandwich making in this video. What you need to see is the wall spawns and how effectively it works for Larvitar. Okay, we got Sparkling, Title, and Encounter. And we'll see how long before it takes us to catch our first. So we move back so we can see the print machine in effect. Yep, and look at how they just jump out of that wall. Yep. Look at that. And even though Shiny Larvitar doesn't look too different, it's kind of darker. When it's like this, you will definitely see it stick out amongst the pack. Uh-oh, we got to move up a little bit. There we go. And look at how much of them just jump out of that wall. The switch to really does make this feel a little easier, but also kind of more annoying too. Because once you go for the shiny, amongst all that crowd, you kind of got to fight your way back. If you want to continue, you know what I mean? If you want to continue to get more out of your sandwich power. Oh, look at that. See? We found one. We found one. Stop the print machine. Stop the print. There we go. And voila. That's how you utilize the wall print. Now let's see if this Larvitar has a title. Let's see. And the crit cap with a dust ball. So there we go. And let's see if his title's there or not. Okay. Oh, nah, none for this one. But yeah, guys, that's how you do that. And don't forget, you always want to save your game after you do these kinds of things. But there you have it. What do you think of the wall print? Let your boy know. Let your boy know. As always, I'll see you guys on the next one. Stay safe. Peace.